Всем привет! Никто лучше не расскажет о Норвегии, как коренной норвежец. И поэтому сегодня в гостях у меня норвежский друг, мой сосед по общежитию, который сегодня ответит на все мои вопросы и также на ваши вопросы. Hi, just introduce yourself on camera.
Yeah, my name is Torstein. I'm from Norway, a little small town called Skjåk that's about 2 hours away from Volda. And I like to photograph, and I like to make videos and just do stuff, creative stuff.
You say that you isn't from Volda, but from other city, and does it differ from Volda?
Yeah, it's not a city exactly. It's more like a small place. Mm-hmm. It's about 2,000 people that live there, so it's really small. Like it's big nature-wise, but not many people.
Do you like Norway?
Yeah, I like Norway.
Why? You're a patriot, or?
I have nothing to complain about. It's nice nature. I can do what I want, kind of.
And do you think about living in other country, maybe in other city, not Volta?
Yeah, maybe another time. Maybe America or.
Why America?
I don't know. I just feel that would suit me, kind of.
What about Russia?
Yeah, I don't really know how it is to live there.
You've never been here?
No, I have never been in Russia actually, but it looks nice. But I don't know so much about it. So, yeah, sure, I would go to visit Russia sometime.
I think you will have such opportunity
Yeah.
because you have Russian friends today.
Yeah.
Norwegians are really cool. Are really cool because they know English excellently. Because in Russia there are not many people who know English, and it's really difficult for tourists to come to Russia.
Yeah.
But in Norway I was really surprised the situation because my English is not okay. But when I try to communicate with Norwegians, they talk on English like as a Norwegian.
Yeah, I think that is mainly because of English culture and American culture, because we have a lot of American TV shows, and all the movies we watch are basically in English. So we learn a lot when we grow up by watching TV, because so much TV is in English.
Really?
Yeah, because like movies and stuff, and also because of the internet, because many are people who play games communicating English. So that's a big factor too.
I know that in the cinema here,
yeah,
films are on English,
yeah,
but the subtitles on Norwegian.
Yeah, they are on Norwegian. Because not everyone understands so good English. Like maybe older people that don't know English that well, they should probably read it because they don't understand it that well. But younger people now understand a lot more English than younger people 10 years ago.
Wow.
Because of the internet.
Not bad.
Like my brother, which is 13 years old, he understands so much more English than I did when I was 13. He is on the same level, like English level, that I was when I was 15 and he's 13.
How Norwegians usually relax on weekends or in vacation?
In the weekends, I think a lot of Norwegians stay at home.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, but not in the vacations. In vacation, it's pretty popular to go to other countries, often to Spain and mostly Spain, to go just chill by a pool or by the beach, or that's typically Norwegian summers.
Do Norwegians visit other Scandinavian countries, like Finland, maybe?
I don't know, not really. Not many people may do, but I have never been to Finland. I have only been to Sweden once, and that was when I was a really small child. So even though Sweden is our neighbor country, I have almost never been there. But Denmark, I have been to like 2 times when I was younger, but that's because of Legoland.
And have you ever been maybe somewhere else?
Yeah, I've been in New York once. Yeah.
My dream.
It's really nice. And I've been in Spain. I've been in Thailand. France. Yeah, but I've been there on like vacation and stuff. So when I was younger, my parents used to bring me and my brother and my sister to like other countries on vacation.
Also, as for relaxing, I saw how many Norwegians take their children with themselves and go to mountains. Is it tradition to go mountains in your country?
No, I don't think it's tradition, but I think many people do it because, yeah, maybe it's a little tradition, but not everyone does that. Like, I don't really go to the mountains that often. Yeah, no. But I think people do it because it's like because of the views and the nature and yeah.
I know that Norwegians live very long. Why?
Maybe because we go to the mountains. I don't know. No, I think it's because we know what we need to eat to be healthy, and many people like exercise and go to the mountains and walk and run. I think it's that's why, and also because it's like good hospitals and stuff like that.
Also, I know that Scandinavian people are supposed as the happiest people in the world.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Yeah, the numbers say so. Like, yeah, I've read the same article that says that. So then it's probably true.
Why? Maybe because some, not only Norwegian, all Scandinavian peoples also try persuade themselves that they're happy.
Yeah, maybe they're not happy, but they try to make it look like they're happy. Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. But I think the reason why Scandinavians is considered to be the most happy people in the world is also because of the good health systems, and it's not any like war in the area.
As for education, what do you study here?
I study media production. Yes.
And
so
how long should you study here?
For 3 years. So that's
3 years?
Yeah.
Really? Because in Russia, for bachelor's degree, we should study 4 years.
Oh, 4 years. Bachelor is 3 years, and the master is 5 years.
And as for school, how many years you have?
Before, like college,
Yeah.
we study for 13 years.
13?
13.
13? Because we study 11 years.
11, okay. Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe that's why for bachelor's degree you have only 3 years. Because you have 2 years before college.
Yeah.
Is Norwegian system of education is good?
I think the system is good, or it kind of works. It just works, but I think I know it is considered to be one of the best in the world. I think, but I think it should be less like reading books and more like doing stuff, because that's the best way to learn. You don't learn that much by sitting and reading all day, but by going out and doing stuff. So I think the system can be better if we do that.
Is it free?
It is free, yes.
Oh.
Not like renting a room or a house or anything, but the studying part, like the school, is free. Yes.
Both master's and bachelor's degree.
Yes.
Is it difficult to study there for you?
Like here?
Yeah.
No, not really. Not if you like put in the work and yeah.
And why did you decide to study here? For example, not in Oslo or somewhere else?
I heard a lot of good stuff about Volda, because it's not that big. You get to know a lot of the people, and also because of I know that in the media world, like in Norway, Volda is considered to be a really good school. So actually, a lot of people from Oslo is in my class.
Ah, really?
Yeah, a lot of people from Oslo, and that's because at least one person I've talked to said that that's because of it's much like quieter and not so much noise and stress here. Yeah.
Norwegians prefer calm life.
Yeah, probably.
Because in Russia, many people try to go to Moscow because they prefer to live in noisy world. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people go to Oslo too. Like I will probably move to Oslo after I'm finished here. But the people who have lived in Oslo their whole life, they move here. So it's like we who live here go to Oslo, and the people living in Oslo go to here. So.
As for job, is it real to study and work together?
Like do it at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do that because they need money to live. Like in Oslo, it's really expensive to live somewhere and also go to school. So they have to work by the side, and so it's kind of usual to go to school in the daytime and then go to work in the nighttime or evening.
Is it real to find a job if you're non-Norwegian?
Yeah, I think you have to can communicate in English, and you have to be good at your work. Then I think you have a good chance.
I heard some information that if you don't know Norwegian, you can't work.
Oh, I mean, you can work, but it depends where you want to work. If the boss don't know English, then it's kind of hard to work there.
When you finish your education,
yes,
is it real to find a job?
Yeah, that depends what you study. Like in the media world, I think you have to know the right people, because when you search for a job in the media world, they don't really care about you having a bachelor. Like they don't look at your results. They just see at what you've done, like your work, and then they'll hire you. So it depends what you want to work with.
As for you, what are you going to do after finishing your degree, bachelor's?
I don't know. I don't know exactly yet, but I think I will be doing some creative stuff, like making videos and taking photos for other people.
You have made some video for X2 festival.
Yeah.
Is it your job or practice?
That is like volunteer work. So when there's festivals in Volda, you can basically be a volunteer. So I work for free, but that's because of the experience. And when I want to apply for a job later, I can say that, oh, I made some videos with the X2 festival, and that's positive. So that's why I work with X2 and stuff.
The most highly paid job in Norway?
Yeah, I have to find my notes for that.
Oh.
Because I had to Google to find it out. But the best paid job in Norway is senior Okay, the best paid job in Norway is senior executives in public administration. So that's like boss, like a boss for. Oh, it's so hard to explain.
What should you do on this profession, on this job?
Like you manage a lot of people, I think, and you manage projects. And also I saw on this article that pilots in top 3 best paid. Yeah.
And how much can you earn if you are a pilot?
If you're a pilot, it seems like you can earn 78,000 Norwegian kroner each month.
Okay.
So I can wait. I can Google actually.
Okay. In rubles, if it's real.
Yeah, like in Russian money.
Yep.
That's 612,000 Russian. That's yeah. That's each month.
Each month.
Yeah, but that's not all pilots. That's not all pilots. Like,
but also because of 1 rubles is 8 kronas. Maybe because of it, it's very high.
yeah,
Not bad.
not that.
I think Russian president have such salary.
Oh,
in Russia.
like that? Oh.
Yeah.
I have a question about journalism in Russia. How is it? Is it free? Not free, like, but can you write what you want? Can you write if Putin like does something bad? Can you be like strict? Yeah.
We have different journalistic system. I don't know how to say, because I know that in Norway you have a freedom of word.
Yeah.
But we don't have.
Okay.
Because it's Russia.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, what Norwegians think about Russia?
I think that depends who you ask. Some people might think it's a little strange, maybe. Like the language, it's like different. We don't understand it, and maybe culture is kind of weird too. But when I think about Russia, I see a lot of like fancy buildings, like Moscow style. Some people think that Russia don't really care about the human rights and stuff. So, yeah, there's a lot of criticism, not only against Russia, but maybe more the government. Like when people say bad things about Russia, it's not about like Russia, the people. It's more about the government, maybe, and the political side of things.
What about you? What do you think about Russia and Russians people?
Yeah, I only know 2 Russians, and they are real nice. So I have a positive, I think Russians are nice people.
Thank you. Would you like to visit Russia? You.
Oh, if I would like to visit?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I probably will visit sometime. Yes.
What do you know about Russia as a whole?
Only history, really. I can't point where Moscow is. I'm really bad at like geographics. So, but I know a little about culture, like, but not much.
For example.
Like I said, the fancy buildings in Moscow, and also know about like Russian vodka. I think vodka is when people hear Russia, I think a lot of people think about vodka. So.
Also, many people connect Norway with trolls. Why?
With
trolls.
I think that's because of like stories, like folk stories from Norway.
What's folk story?
Basically, I think it was like some 100 years ago. There was a lot of like stories from Norway about like mountains and trolls that lived in mountains, and those stories went to other countries, and maybe that's why, I don't know.
Do you believe in trolls?
No.
And are there Norwegians who believe in them?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. What or who do Norwegians hate?
I don't think the Norwegians like hate, but if there would be one thing, I think Norwegians hate Sweden.
Why?
We don't really hate them, but it's just like a rivalry between the neighbors. They hate us and we hate them.
Is it because of history?
Kind of maybe, because Sweden was like controlling Norway a period, but that's a long time ago. But now it's not like we hate them. It's just in sports, for example, in skiing, there's a lot of people who like hate Sweden, and Sweden hate Norway. So I don't know. It's not serious.
I know that in 17th of May you have a big day.
Yeah.
it's explain about day. What do you do in the day? Why it's so important for Norwegians?
I think 17th of May is it is really important because it's our Constitution Day, the day we got our Constitution, and that's basically why we celebrate. We go in parades and go with Norwegian flags and eat a lot of ice cream and hot dogs and traditional Norwegian food.
Will be the parade in Volda?
Yeah, probably.
Because I heard that only in big cities like Oslo, Bergen, Trondheim is Volda too.
Yeah, the parades are often in every like Norwegian city or town. So even when where I come from, where there lives 2,000 people, there are parades there too. So it's like everywhere.
If you are non-Norwegian, can you participate in parade?
Yeah, you just need a Norwegian flag and you can go. You just wear some nice clothes and yeah.
Also, Norway is famous for its heavy music.
Yeah.
Really? What are popular music bands? You know.
Like Norwegian bands from Norway.
Yeah.
There's one called Satirical, which is like heavy metal. And also there's a lot of the last 5 years there have been a lot of like popular electronic dance music artists from Norway. So we have one called Kygo, which is doing it really well in like USA and Europe, and also someone called Alan Walker. So they basically can make like dance music.
What Norwegians usually listen to? What type of music?
It depends on how old you are. On radio, it's kind of pop, like Western world pop, like music from USA, and like music is kind of from all over the world right now because of the internet and stuff. So there's a lot of pop and hip hop and also like EDM. So yeah.
Also, what about you? What do you prefer to listen to?
I really like EDM, but I also listen to like everything.
Expensive to live in Norway for Norwegians.
Yeah, that also depends on where you live. Like in Oslo, it's crazy expensive. I think it's because it's like full. There's so many people there, and when even more people want to move there, the prices go up. Yeah, but like in Volda, for students, it's one of the cheapest places to live in all Norway.
Really?
Yeah, I think actually I saw one article about that Volda is the cheapest place for students to live. So, Volda.
But not for Russians.
No, maybe not for Russians.
Is it expensive to rent or buy an apartment here?
Like in Volda, it is, as I said, not that expensive for students. But also, as I said, in Oslo, it's really expensive.
And what about house? How much does it cost?
Oh, I don't really know. There are some students that actually buy houses, and then they rent their rooms in the house. But a house is really expensive. You can't just work and use the money to buy a house. Like when you're done school, you have to take loans, like big loans, and then buy it, and then work the rest of your life to pay down that house.
Is it popular among Norwegians to take a loan?
Yeah, it is. You kind of have to. It's kind of how the system goes. You study, and then you take loans to study more, and then you get a work to pay down the loans, and then you buy a house, and then you buy a car, and you need loans to buy that too, and then you have to work to pay everything. So that's how the system is. Like you take loans, and then you have to work to pay it. It's kind of a circle.
Can you tell me about Norwegian traditions?
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, 17th of May is a common Norwegian traditions. Also, there's something called that's when you graduate before you go to college, like in high school, like the 13th or 12th year of school. when you're done with school, you do something you are something that's called russ, and that is like the 2 first weeks of May. You go in red clothings and you party and you drink and you go to festivals and yeah.
What does it mean, russ? There is no translation.
No, there's no translation, really. Don't know. Yeah.
What is traditional food in Norway?
Something called smalahove, which is sheep head.
Sheep.
Sheep head, yes. So you start with eating the eyes and then you eat, yeah.
Is it tasty?
I have no idea. I haven't tasted it, no. Also, there's something called rakefisk, which is like salty trout fish. I have tasted that, and then you eat it like with some Norwegian flatbread, if you know what that is.
No.
It's like a flat hard bread. Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
really thin. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried it.
Yeah.
And what's the strangest food in Norway for Norwegians?
Smalahove, sheep head. I think it's traditional food, and it's also the strangest food. So.
I tried to eat some soups here
Yeah.
in our canteen.
Yeah.
And it was very salty. Why? Why so much salt here? And
I don't
pepper
know.
too.
Yeah. Maybe to get more taste, but it's not good with much salt. But
for you, is it okay?
no, it's not good for your body. Really, to eat much salt. But it's a lot of salt in like Norwegian traditional food. Like also the fish is very salty.
Also, Norway is famous for its fish.
Yeah.
Do you eat a lot?
I should probably eat more fish. I like fish. I really like fish. It's a lot of. It's really good for your health. So I should probably eat it more, but I eat it maybe like once a week or something. Yeah. Also, there's like traditional food too, which is dried fish. So it's kind of hard to eat. It's almost like chips, kind of, or not chips, but.
Many Russians prefer to eat with beer.
Oh, okay.
What stereotypes about Norway exist, which you know?
Like stereotypes?
Yeah, stereotypes.
Like Norwegian stereotypes? Yeah, maybe people that go to the mountains all the time. Or maybe stereotypes can be like people that do that and also only eat like Norwegian traditional food and go in like the traditional clothing, like bunad all the time. But that's not reality. No one does that.
Also, is it right that Norwegians eat whales?
Yeah, I think that is a traditional dish too, but I have never tasted it.
But I heard some information that in many countries it is prohibited to eat whales.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
How does real Viking look?
Like this. I'm just kidding. Just Google Norwegian Viking or something.
But can you describe it?
Yeah, a lot of beard and big and strong and maybe red hair or something. Yeah.
Is it real to see a real Viking now?
No, there's no like Vikings, not real Vikings. No.
Say goodbye on Norwegian.
Ha det bra, og takk for at du så på.